Evening, friends. I've got no super swell ideas for gaming tonight, so I'm just gonna watch some gaming videos and I guess we'll react to them. There's been a Starfield Direct. I think I might check out. 45 minutes. Will we watch all of it? I don't know. Feels like a no, but click it on. We'll have a look. Well, that didn't go particularly well. Let's try it again. Ah, much better. Okay. Starfield Direct. Pretty hyped about this game, actually.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining
Hi,
us today
Todd.
and welcome to Bethesda Game Studios. You know, we've been so lucky over the decades to make the kind of games that we love here, and that's thanks to all of you. From the Elder Scrolls to Fallout, we love creating these worlds and playing in them just as much as you do. And throughout all that time, we'd often talk about and dream up the space game. What if we could take that feeling of being who you want to be and exploring a new world, but set it in space, where you weren't really limited in where you could go or what you could do? And that is Starfield. Obviously, we've come a long way since then with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here in the studio. We've done so much together, but, well, we've never tried to make a game like this. Today, you'll get to hear from many on the team and see so much of what we think makes our game special. So let's jump in and take a look.
I love the way Bethesda is always like, I don't know, it feels like whenever they push a new major game out, there's always some like generational leap to it. Something, I don't know. Doesn't feel like they're just churning it out, you know? I mean, Fallout 76 being sort of an exception to that. But let's have a watch at the rest of this, I guess. How old is Todd getting?
Starfield is our first new universe in over 25 years, but it's still a Bethesda RPG through and through, where you step into a new world and you get that feeling of unlimited possibilities. But this time, it's not just one world. It's over 1,000 worlds. Because the choice of where to go, it's not ours, it's yours. And it wasn't until now that we had the technology to create it. From the rocks at your feet to the mountains in the distance, to the people and creatures that live in these worlds. That isn't just a backdrop. That moon is actually there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too.
You see that planet?
We
You can go
realistically simulate the galaxy around you. Our next-generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on the type of star and the makeup of the planet's atmosphere. We also have an all-new animation system. And of course, you can play it in third person, and you can play it in first person. We love exploration and rewarding it, but you do explore differently in this game given its scale. That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in. You can collect resources,
Oh no.
do a mission, and maybe even stumble upon something unexpected.
Abandoned mine. Classic. Oh boy. Spacer punks. A little bit of light assault action. I like that. The gunplay looks a little
We do love
tighter
stuff and all of the items allowing you to pick everything up, and you can
than
view
what we
all
saw
that
last time.
in your data menu. This is the hub for everything you're doing, from your skills to your ship, your missions, and your inventory. We love to pack a ton of detail in every object, from all of your weapons to spacesuits to food. We just obsess over the details, and food. We obsess
Spacesuit
over food.
aesthetic is interesting.
When you're done exploring, you can walk back or fast travel to your ship. We have companions and crew you can take with you. I left Vasco here back at my ship,
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
and
Bosco?
he can even say your name. Let's head out.
He can even say your name. Let's go back. I want to hear that.
When you're done exploring, you can walk back or fast travel to your ship. We have companions and crew you can take with you. I left Vasco here back at my ship,
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
and he can even say your name. Let's head out.
Artificial intelligence, baby. Let's go.
Our mission was to convey the wonder and majesty of space exploration, to evoke the romance of the golden age of early spaceflight. And we've been referring to this approach as NASA Punk. This means a design language where the tech is advanced, yet still looks grounded and relatable.
For us,
NASA
it's that
punk.
contrast. That's where the visual interest is. Obviously, the NASA, which is the rigid, hard function over style, and then punk, which is all about style.
You can see that visual style coming through in your ship. Your ship is your home for you and your crew. And like many of the spaces in our game, it has a slightly retro and analog touch, a bit of lo-fi rather than sci-fi, where everything is well used, worn, and lived in.
Alrighty. What's the plan, Captain?
This is your star map. It starts with the planet you're currently on. You can see all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast travel to known locations. Backing out further, you can view all the planets in the system. Obviously, the game is big, and it's here you can see planets that have key locations, missions, or life on them, versus the many planets that are barren but resource heavy. Zoom out even further to see all the systems in this part of the galaxy. Here, you can plot a course to ones that are light years away. This uses your ship's grav drive to fold space and jump to these systems. And you will need to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones. But for now, we'll plot a course to the Alpha Centauri system, where we can find the city of New Atlantis.
1,000 planets.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. Scan complete. You are
Oh,
cleared
it's like
for landing at New
freelancer.
Atlantis.
Oh, that's so hot. That's so hot. Oh, that stirs me.
As soon as you land in a city like New Atlantis, your eyes are guided upwards to just these boundless, vast buildings.
It's the biggest city we've ever made, not just in size, but also in the amount of custom art, crowds, and quests.
So the main focus when we're designing a city is obviously what supports the story. We try and tell as many small stories as possible.
This is a colony war memorial.
It's a few moments of gameplay that make the space feel like it's full of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
It's all
So, you have a game with 1,000 planets. Were there 1,000 quests in Skyrim? What would it be like to explore a planet with one quest on it, made by a person? Are these all going to be Radiant quests, Radiant content? Are there warehouses full of quest designers populating these planets with content? It makes sense that you'd want to make at least a handful of locations very content rich. I mean, that's just like Skyrim and Oblivion. I don't know. I still don't know why you would want to have 1,000 planets, other than to trick people into thinking that there's 1,000 times more content than there is in Skyrim, which obviously there won't be. I don't know.
also where your adventure with Constellation begins.
I like the UI, all the design.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
By the time you meet them, Constellation is sort of seen as this mythical group. Most people don't even know they exist anymore. They're the last true explorers in the galaxy, and they're trying to find the answers to some of humanity's biggest questions.
The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. The artifact, if you could place it on the table here.
Oh my god. Look at how it's coming together. That means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
It's definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah Morgan, the
That guy looks
ex-soldier
familiar.
and adventurer, now Constellation's leader. Mateo, the theologian who believes that there's definitely something else out there.
Like a 16-year-old theologian?
Noel, the gifted scientist and Sarah Morgan's protege. And Walter, a very successful businessman in the settled systems and Constellation's financier.
Anything goes as long as you have the money.
There's also Vlad, the ex-pirate, Sam Coe, the former space cowboy, and Barrett.
You know what I hate about these pirates? Completely resistant to my otherwise irresistible charm.
The journey you take with Constellation is just the first of many you'll embark on. The Settled Systems is home to all kinds of different stories, people, and adventures for you to uncover.
Oh. Is that Deathclaw?
The United
Atlantis,
Colonies is
Alpha
where you'll
Centauri
find
system.
New Atlantis, the first major human settlement in space. The people who live here value law, discipline, and the legacy of humanity. They consider themselves the true children of Earth.
You ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, even get your UC citizenship?
New Atlantis isn't the only city within the United Colonies. The city of Sidonia on Mars to this day serves as the largest mining facility for the United Colonies. Beyond the United Colonies' reach,
you might find yourself in a much more wild and independent coalition of star systems. This is Freestar Collective Space.
All right. You're the space
capital of the
Cowboys.
Freestar Collective is Aquila City.
The Stone Root Inn is an Aquila City fixture.
A ranger relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people.
Neon started out as a fishing platform, but is now known throughout the settled systems as a pleasure city, where almost anything goes.
If you've got morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you.
Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today for our future tomorrow.
Everyone has been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
Outside the bounds of civilized space, there are still plenty of unclaimed systems to explore, but these areas are also
Milsim
home
Prodigy,
to the most
rated
hostile
with a
factions in
viewer
the galaxy.
count of 10.
The Great Serpent.
Hello, Lex and friends of Lex. Are y'all going to say hello to me this time? Or are you going to give me the silent treatment again? I'm watching the Starfield Direct. So, yeah. Yeah. Immersive RPGs. Bethesda, Todd Howard. Lex, how was your session of Shooting Mans? Ban Light Assault. Light Assault is so fucking banned right now. I have a backlog of you twice and Henry once. So that means I need to get killed at 60 kills in Planet Side without Light Assault before I can play it again. It's just getting worse and worse. Gotta bang those out one day. Fine? All right. So we're learning about how the 1,000 planets of Starfield's universe are going to be populated. Weird Planet Side 2 incels coming into the stream after a couple raids, the usual. Shoot bots for 90 minutes while jacking my retarded friends off in Discord call. They're here. Oh, sounds lively. Oh. Oh. I had to make a new account. Okay. Well, we'll see if Axe behaves himself here. I don't have any friends in a Discord call. Hey, Indiscriminate Just. Yeah, man. How you doing, buddy? I didn't really feel inspired to do any gaming tonight, so I'm watching gaming videos. I'm watching the 45-minute Starfield Direct, the new Bethesda game coming out. It's been a good day today. Oh, I'm pleased to hear that, brother. What made it good? It's been a good day for me, too. So, we're learning about our quest in the world of Starfield, where we're a punk astronaut who's being blessed by visions from alien technology. And we get to go explore 1,000 planets and learn the secrets of the alien artifact. Plot that definitely couldn't be written by an AI. Indiscriminate Just, more progress on cleaning out the garage. Took down this old pegboard that was just an inconvenience. Our guns will be boxes in the future. The guns are very boxy in this. I'm going to give you guys like 2 or 3 more exchanges. And if it doesn't peter out, then someone's getting timeouted. Just putting it out there. I might get to moderate my Twitch chat. That would be a very exciting thing. I haven't had to do it in a long time. Ban them. Yeah. Let's look some more boxy guns.
Hungers.
I love the music in this.
All heathens shall be made dust in time.
Steam got
A
updated?
new face. Is this the face of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile?
They think the galaxy is theirs. They are wrong. It belongs to
This is
the
like the
Crimson
underworld
Fleet. It
part of the
always has.
galaxy.
In Starfield, we're pushing our cities and settlements further than we ever have before. It's all there, waiting for you. A slice of humanity's future.
Yeah, Starfield
So,
moons.
ready to get out there?
There's something about the faces. There's something about
Waiting
the
for you.
faces
A
that
slice of
subtly bothers
humanity's
me. I'm not
future.
sure what it is. They all have
So, ready to get out there?
the faces. What? I don't know what it is. Like maybe it's the way they're lit. Their foreheads all seem like too pronounced or something. I don't know. This game has given you some interest. What interests you about it, Moons? I love like the way Bethesda treats their worlds. I don't necessarily always love all the systems they put in their games, but oh, you know what we're missing? We're missing our festive lights. Let me turn those on. Oh, it's a party. Something about open world and being outer space. Never played a Fallout game? Fallout is an institution, man. Whenever you choose to do it, you're in for a treat. I played a bunch of Fallout 4 on stream a couple months ago. Really fun. Really fun. I had to take a break from it though. Because it's too much game for me. I need to break it up into multiple epochs. You see, we're crawling back up out of it, but we haven't quite left it yet. Facial expressions that are so close to realistic they hit the. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's the uncanny valley. There's something about these face animations. Like, I don't get the same feeling when I look at like a Skyrim character. Like, let's do like a little comparison. Skyrim opening scene. Let's see one that's been recorded in the last few years. Because it'll have the new engine. Someone didn't get an SSD to load this on. Here we go. So Moon's open world outer space. Have you ever played like Eve or like Elite or
Finally awake.
geez, what a terrible low resolution video. But this is let's do a little comparison if I can here. You know, I guess they're not that. Yeah, there's more light. It's like the lighting in the eyes is too much or something. Or maybe I'm just used to flat lighting. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Or No Man's Sky. That's like an open world space game, right? Man, I couldn't get into No Man's Sky. I thought that game was going to be about exploration and adventure, but it turns out it's just like a sim. I don't know. It's all about things. Moons, your dad used to play a lot of EVE Online back in the day. Huh. What was your take on that game from watching your dad play it? Or did you not get a chance to watch him play it? Man, I used to love watching my brother play games. It's a shame we're so far apart. All right, Axe. Sorry, dude. You're done. How do I ban you? I don't even know how. Mod? No. Huh. How do I moderate my chat? This is crazy. Okay, apparently I made Moons a moderator. Okay, congrats, Moons, I guess. Here it is. All right. I think I took your moderator away immediately, Moons. Here, I'll give it back to you. Why not? Enjoy. Use it judiciously. Yeah, maybe it's the eyes. Well, let's keep watching.
Throughout the galaxy, there are so many things to see and stories to experience. But the most important story is the one that you tell. I'm the type of person who spends hours in character creation, and I think people are going to be really excited when they see all of the improvements we've made.
One of the biggest overhauls was done through our character generation system. We scanned a wide range of faces from different age groups and ethnicities, and by mixing and matching all that data, we were able to create highly detailed and diverse characters.
We use that exact system to create all of the characters and NPCs you're going to see in the game. So any character you see almost always is a character you could make yourself.
Hey, come on.
I was just gonna say that guy looks a little like the characters in the game. I don't know, like look at his face. Like that could be a face from the game. If I were him, I would put myself in the game. I mean, come on. Moons, the aesthetic of Eve is nice. Just being in some deep space, always have liked that theme. Me too, man. Space stuff always gets me. Roll it back. You want to see your facial expression when talking again? All right, I'll show it real quick, and then we're gonna move on. It's pretty
Further
short.
than we ever have before. It's all there, waiting for you. A slice of humanity's future.
So, ready to get out there?
Yeah, the lip sync is not like amazing.
Throughout the galaxy,
it looks like it's like done by machines. Like you compare it to like The Witcher 3, where they had a bunch of like handmade facial animations and stuff. It's not as good. Maybe that's what it is. Anyway, where were we?
Hey, take it easy. You were out. Hey, come on. Come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
you start your character creation journey
UI
as though
is
you're
so
cycling
clean.
through employee records. You'll pick from a lineup of 40 presets, and that'll be your starting point. Your journey from there can
Looks a
be
lot
as
like
detailed
Fallout
or as
system.
quick as you want it to be. This new system has more to offer than ever before.
It's also the simplest character generation system we've ever had. We let the player get as close as possible to make whatever they want. With the various facial morphs you can blend together, the dermesthetic and makeup, blemishes, scars, piercings, teeth settings, it's a lot. But I think it's the most fun to use.
Do any of y'all really
Character creation is more than just
like how much time do you guys spend in character creation? 'Cause I feel like I do it a lot less than people who usually enjoy these games. I don't know why that is. Like, this guy say he spends hours. I mean, that's probably like an exaggeration, but like, I mean, I'm probably gonna put in like a max of 10 minutes. Max? I don't know. I don't know. Why do you feel like this is gonna bring some cursed faces?
How you look.
I hope it
This is
does.
also where you start to decide
Gotta
who you
bring
want to
the
be.
meme content.
That's where backgrounds come in.
Oh,
Backgrounds give
okay.
you
Okay. Well, what are backgrounds? Let's just look at one of these. Cyber Runner. From Neon to New Atlantis, the mega core stand as monuments to power, prestige, and profit. You've worked both for and against them on the inside now, often sacrificing conscience for credits. Starting skills: stealth, security, and theft. So these are like classes, basically. Interesting. So they're not taking a classless approach like Skyrim did. They're going back to a little more RPG. I kind of like that actually. I kind of like that actually. If nothing else, it gives people like a front-loaded sense of how should I approach this problem initially. You don't spend too much time with face creation as long as you can change it later on. Yeah, that's a big one too. Bounty hunter named myself Boba Fett. My backpack has jets. I'm Boba the Fett. I bounty hunt for Jabba Hutt to finance my vet. The aesthetics of the commander are irrelevant. All you're tweaking are the perks and faults. Perks and faults. If it doesn't affect gameplay, it's getting skipped over. Everybody looks like ants from on high anyway. All right. Indiscriminate just is not distributing any discrimination to the character aesthetic. Love it.
a bit of backstory.
Beast Hunter? Hold on, I just had to look at this list of classes. Beast Hunter, Bouncer, Bounty Hunter, Chef. I guess that means you're like a life skills focus, right? Combat medic. You get pistols, medicine, and wellness. What does this mean, medicine and wellness? Okay, so wellness is kind of like endurance or stamina, I guess. Cyberneticist, diplomat. You know what? I'm gonna play as a diplomat. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. I've really enjoyed being a high charisma character in Fallout. I'm definitely gonna do that. I'll take whatever L's I need to take too on the gameplay side. Homesteader, long hauler, Ronin. Oh my goodness, an option for the weebs. Spread it around. Gangster. Okay. Anyway. Generality, what game is this? I'm looking over the Starfield Direct, brother. The new RPG that Bethesda is banking on. Their first new intellectual property in... Ever? I don't know. I mean, they didn't make Fallout. They bought it. Anyway, we're looking at the character creation now. And all the lovely classes that are available.
And start you out with 3 basic skills.
From chef to dusty. You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
It is the lip
What's great
sync,
about
Just.
backgrounds
You're
is
right.
you never know
That's
when
what's
yours
throwing
is
me
going to
off.
come in handy. You could be in the middle of a fancy restaurant talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help track down a monster.
Fine.
Do you know any beast hunters? I happen to be in need of a beast hunter.
I probably should stick to professionals anyway, given what happened the last time.
We're also giving you the option to customize your build even further by
Why is
letting you
that
pick
funny?
up to
I
3
don't know.
traits. Traits are completely optional, and they come with their own advantages and disadvantages. You could choose to meet your biggest fan.
By
Oh.
Vectera, by Vectera! Is it really you?
It's the same
He'll
voice
join your
actor.
crew and it'll give you gifts.
It's
if
the
you
same voice
Traits are
actor.
completely optional, and they could choose to meet.
Vectera, by Vectera, by Vectera! Is it really, really?
Oh, yeah, okay. So people have already made the connection.
Yes! Oh, great and mighty Grand Champion! Is there something you need? Can I carry your weapon? Shine your boots? Back rub, perhaps? Oh, gee. You sure? Okay, well, I'll be hanging around the arena grounds if you need someone to worship the ground you walk on. Bye.
Lip syncing, you can't see their arms. Oh, yeah, interesting. Mocap is too focused on the face, ignores upper body. That's an interesting point, Just. The guy at the table moving their arms stood out. Okay. Industrialist is an option along with Cyberneticist, Pilgrim, Gangster. Yeah, I mean, probably there'll also be like a custom class option, like you could do in Oblivion, where you just sort of pick your skills. I'm curious what the skills for Diplomat are. So hang on, the Adoring Fan has a class too. They have Scavenging skill, Concealment, and Weightlifting. Do you lift, bro? This guy does. Concealment. So is Concealment different than Stealth? Maybe those are perks, not skills.
He'll join your crew and he'll give you gifts if you're willing to put up with his constant commentary.
I can't believe I get to stand near you, breathing the same air.
I've got to have every molecule.
My favorite trait is kid stuff. You have to pay some credits to support your parents, but they're very sweet, and it's really fun to go visit them.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my god!
I came across some hostile zealots in space, but because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them, I was able to get by without any issues.
There's another great one that gives you a damage buff when your health is low, but mercenaries will randomly show up and try to kill you. No matter what you choose, there will be plenty.
That's the one for Lex. That's a good perk for Lex. I don't know why I think that, but I'm sure if I rationalize it, I can explain it. But that's immediately what occurs to me. Look at this diplomat option. I've got experience with these kinds of situations, you know. They should have called it Jim Bro. That's an inauthentic fan. No fan gushes that verbally, but doesn't move their body. That's right. We need to up-level this game by adding upper body animations. Bayazura, Bayazura, Bayazura. Where was... They had actually a list of perks here. We'll go back to it in a sec.
Plenty of ways for you to tell your story. And if you want to remove a trait, there are ways to do that too.
What a view! It's a feast for the eyes. Off we go to another adventure.
We'll let you discover that on your own.
All right. A little bit of self-awareness. All right. I want to go back on and look at the perk list. Here we go. You've earned the attention of an annoying, adoring fan who will show up randomly and jabber at you. On the plus side, he'll join your ship's crew and give you gifts. Oh man, Lex needs to take this perk when he plays. I have no reason to believe Lex is going to play this game. So this is sort of like in my head canon. So kid stuff had something to do with interactions with your parents. And they mentioned another one that had... So it looks like these can be like just sort of a variety of conditions that change certain things. This is cool stuff, man. This is cool. Serpent's Embrace, Spaced, Taskmaster, Terra Firma, United Colonies Native. So yeah, like the Collective Settler, United Colonies Native. So this is going to make it so that whenever you bump into those people, they like you better. Extrovert, Dream Home, Alien DNA. No, look at the real person move their hands when explaining the game compared to the gnome. Yeah, maybe that juxtaposition makes it stand out too. Maybe. Okay. You can't really imagine what these are by looking at them. I feel like for the most part, like what is spaced? What is raised? Universal. I guess enlightened and universal might be two different religions. That's what they were referring to later in this clip.
But they're very sweet, and it's really fun to go visit them.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my god!
I came across some hostile zealots in space, but because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them...
Serpent's embrace. We can distract them with a litany of the faith. I will give you a passage to recite. Serpents. So I guess that's not a reference to the Vanu carbine that I so like. Oh man, I'm getting excited.
I was able to get by without any issues.
Once you've built the perfect character, that's when your journey can really begin. We took what we loved about skills and perks from our previous games and put them together to create an all-new skill system. Each time you level up, you get a skill point, which can be used to unlock or rank up skills. Ranks are unlocked by completing challenges associated with that skill. Challenges become increasingly difficult as you work your way to higher ranks. With our 5 different skill trees and 4 ranks per skill, there's a lot to choose from.
I like the Xenosociology skill because it lets you mind control aliens.
Boost pack out of the gate. I'm boost packing everywhere.
Oh, let's go. Yes. Yes, light assault light.
I like
Hell
maxing
yes.
out my physical tree so I can get neuro strikes and just punch my way through combat.
Well, that sounds good too.
That one's a lot of fun.
Invest in the skills that suit your playstyle.
Hold on, was the guy epileptic security? Is that what that said?
That one's a lot of fun.
Ecliptic specialist. Apparently, I'm the dyslexic one. I wanted to spend a second looking over this. This has some components of like the Fallout perk tree, and it's also a little bit like the Skyrim tree, where you have like the different constellations that you can progress, but there's a linearity there that I'm not sure if it's present here. I guess that's the same in Fallout. There's a lot here, though. This is cool. And when you level up, you get to put a point into a perk. Interesting. So I wonder if you level up by using skills like you did in Skyrim and Oblivion, or if leveling up is based on like experience points or something. Like from questing or doing stuff in the world. I hope it's the latter. I don't much like skill-based leveling anymore. Who needs guns when you can just falcon punch? Amen, brother. Yeah, the challenges. What game is that from? I feel like I've seen that, but I can't call it to mind. A game where you pick a perk and then you have to sort of satisfy a challenge condition to actually use it. I don't know. Anyway. Boost pack. Hell yeah, dude.
I like maxing out my physical tree so I can get neuro strikes and just punch my way through combat. That one's a lot of fun.
Invest in the skills that suit your playstyle.
I'm very much a stealth player. So, I'm out there pickpocketing everyone. My favorite part about being stealthy is slowly creeping through vents like you're in a movie and then jumping out and springing on people.
Whenever possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
Where's the stealth archer?
Fine, I'll issue you an access card.
I'm more of a run and gun player. I like doing the death from above thing where I boost pack over guys and I throw landmines at them.
Oh, filthy. Jetpack C4. Filthy.
I like blowing stuff up.
You instantly want to try this game with a no guns rule. Sure. That's the ultimate stealth challenge.
Is a key aspect of all our games. In Starfield, there are full star systems with new life, resources, and adventures.
New life, resources, and adventures. So let's watch and figure out what that means. Resources, I can sort of infer. They showed mining a rock earlier. New life, what does that mean? Is it aliens? Is it animals? If it's animals, why should we care? And adventures, is this an adventure that somebody made in a quest designer? Or is this a randomly generated go and kill 10 gerbils in the space cave adventure? That's the question I have most about this game right now. Silver tongues and iron fists. Ooh, that's a catchy way of describing it. I like that.
Our team worked hard to strike a balance between fun and realism. We studied data from NASA and a multitude of other sources to help us make the world feel believable. From the way we approached planetary atmospheres to the way we placed biomes based on the planet's distance from the sun. Once we had created a grounded world, we could start looking at all the things that make that world fun. When you leave a planet and head into space, you'll be navigating asteroid fields, having chance meetings with interesting strangers, dogfighting in space, and exploring derelict ships. It's all out there. Ultimately, it's about rewarding your curiosity, because whether it's on the surface of a planet, the alleys of a city, or the vastness of space, you never know what you'll find.
I like the sound of that. So we didn't learn what life means, or resources mean, or what adventure means. It's painted all in very high level terms. Maybe we'll get to see some more examples. I'm a little skeptical about the 1,000 planets of content. It's like if they told me that they were going to do 7 planets, I might feel better in some strange way. You worry this game might be reaching too far in too many directions.
Space exploration is possible thanks to your ship. Your ship is almost like having another character or home you can make all your own. I think you'll be blown away by the amount of stuff you can do. You can buy a ship.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Customize and upgrade that ship.
And that guy looked really good. And I think it was because he was holding a clipboard. Like that's a convincing piece of NPC dialogue.
You can find something you like.
Customize and
also,
upgrade
the
that
lip sync
ship.
was good.
And hire a crew to keep it up and running.
And the aesthetic is very
And it all starts in spaceports. Every spaceport has a ship technician where you can purchase, sell, and modify ships.
Anything I can help you with?
Generality randomly generated planets that use tile sets likely. Yeah, like that seems like the most likely thing. You never trust people. Look, this tech, bro. There is something about that, right? There's something about that. That's why I like Todd Howard's down to earth look. You know, you feel like this is Star Citizen, the tech just isn't there yet. I don't know. I mean, the thing about Bethesda games is that they tend to be miles wide and inches deep. And I'm sure that we'll see some of that with this game. Like, what they like to do is to sort of ignite our imagination about the breadth of the experience. And they give us enough information about the depth that we get the sense that the points that they're highlighting where there is some depth, that depth is continuous throughout the breadth. But it's not that way at all. And in fact, the points where it gets deep enough to showcase, like the city they did earlier, New Atlantis, they showed us, like that's going to be the exception, obviously, not the rule. This could be another No Man's Sky if it stretches itself too thin. I I have more confidence in this game hitting its promises than No Man's Sky hitting theirs. I really do. I can't wait to see how buggy this is going to be on release because this still uses the same engine from Fallout and Skyrim and all that shit. They just keep building and developing on it. I'm sure it's going to be buggy. I wonder if it's going to be modding friendly. I wonder if they've talked about modding at all. Well, anyway, let's look at the more ship stuff. More ships. We like ships.
Maybe you start off with a speedy fighter that's perfect for bounty hunting. Then you might round out your ship roster with a hulking space freighter to run cargo missions, or even do a little smuggling. For now, though, we're going to take our starting ship, the Frontier, and make some changes.
Let's go.
You can customize and upgrade everything you see here, and you have two ways to do that. You can quickly upgrade individual systems like your weapons or shields, or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode. Here you can change anything, from the systems to the look and layout. Adding a new habitat module can give you more room for crew.
Cool.
Adding cowling can change your ship's overall silhouette. An improved grav drive allows for longer distance space jumps. You can even fully customize your paint job to get the exact look you want.
Let's go.
The
Black,
parts you choose to build with don't just affect your ship's stats.
Black like
They'll
space.
also affect what you can do inside your ship. You can have modules for crafting, or for storing and displaying your weapons. Starfield's in-game ship manufacturers bring their own look and feel to every piece of your ship. From living quarters to cargo holds, mess halls, and control rooms.
Question I have when I hear about that is, will all those places have like functional reasons to exist, or are they just there for aesthetics? You know, kind of like the Hearth Fires building system. Building does look cool. If deep enough, it can carry the game. Yeah, I mean that's the way that the settlement system was in Fallout. Lego shipbuilding, pretty standard but well done. It does look good. While there are lots of shipbuilding options, see most of the game takes place off the ship. Yeah, I mean, but it's nice. Like, I think the cool thing about customizing your ship, especially after having played Fallout 4, where you're going around the world and as you help people out, you sort of become the governor of all these locations, and you can literally build it out like with a like base building. You can build your own base and build bars and do all that kind of stuff. But you leave those places behind when you go out into the world. But the cool thing about having the customization be within the ship is that anytime you travel, your ship is going with you. And even though you're going to get out of the ship, you're always going to be returning to it. So I don't know. I think it's pretty strong. I think it's stronger than Skyrim or Fallout with their housing options. You thirsty, kitty cat? Can I get you something? Maybe she just wants to hang out. You thirsty? A little water? Nope. Just bored. All right. You moving on? Looking for food. I've got no food. See you later, kitty. Customization options, weapons on the top. It looks like it. There's a lot of ship fighting that can be done. That could be a game unto itself. It's cool. It's cool.
Our modified Frontier is a practical ship, but with a little creativity, your ship can look like almost anything you want.
It's a bit odd, but one of my favorite ways of customizing ships is I make them look like animals.
Yeah.
The HMS Platypus, as I call it.
Oh, that's cute.
Where it had a giant tail to it. And we've done spiders, we've done mechs.
Oh,
so
my
it's really whatever your imagination is.
And while you can build your
So
home
dumb
among the
looking.
stars the way you want
Oh
to,
my God.
you're probably not the only person who will call your ship home.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Engines ready.
The Frontier is fueled and ready, Captain.
Some of the members of Constellation can join you on your journey. These companions can serve on
I
your
like it when they
crew,
call me captain.
and they'll always be there when you travel.
We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Each companion comes with their own valuable skills for your...
Hang on, I want to see the skills. It went through them too fast. Sarah Morgan, astrodynamics, lasers, leadership, botany, lasers and leadership. That's what it's all about, boys and girls. The short bus ship.
Each
Exactly.
companion comes with their own...
Sam Coe, a.k.a. McCree, piloting, rifle certification, payloads, and geology. They always made fun of me for my interest in rocks. I'll show them.
Valuable skills for your ships and out...
Barrett, this is the charming guy. Starship engineering, particle beam weapon systems, robotics, gastronomy. This guy's a nerd. He's a nerd.
Posts, as well as unique quest lines. Eventually, some friendships might blossom into romance.
I don't know that I've ever really loved anyone except you.
And if you're looking for a little
Oh,
extra help on your
course.
ship,
Of
you can always hire additional crew at spaceports.
Got any room on your ship for someone like me?
Shotgun and ballistics.
You'll also meet potential crew members out in the world.
Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship? I gotta get off this rock.
Assign crew to your ship or outposts, and their unique skills will affect how they run.
Hold on. I want to hear that again.
Gotta get off this rock.
Assign crew to your ship or outposts, and their...
Your ship or outpost. What's an outpost? What the hell's an outpost? Oh no. It sounds a lot like settlements from Fallout.
unique skills will affect how they run.
Any room on your ship
Sorry, I
for
want to see that
someone
UI
like
one
me?
more time.
You'll also meet potential crew members out in the world.
Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship? I gotta get off this rock.
All right. Ship, current outposts, all outposts. Outposts. Barrett unassigned. Ship, unassigned. Outpost, unassigned. Assignment. Okay. Maybe we'll learn what an outpost is. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we'll find out. I mean, Fallout did it. I think it would be surprising if they didn't take some of the good parts from the settlement system of Fallout and bring it into this game. We'll find out what that
crew
looks
to your
like. I
ship
hope.
or outposts, and their unique skills will affect how they run. And just like companions, most crew members can lend a hand in the field. Take Bosco, for instance.
He's designed around the core basics of a NASA machine.
Please avoid getting shot. You might die.
I still wanted to give it almost a humanoid personality, so I elongated the limbs. This tends to make him feel more human-like and give him a little personality.
It is a shame.
Bastion.
Exploration requires so much bloodshed.
Using the shipbuilding tools and crew selection features in Starfield, you'll be able to build and captain the ship of your dreams.
That's my read on it too, Just.
And now, let's take to the sky.
That cockpit is cool. That's flavor. That's flavor. I can taste it. Voltron, lifting off. I gotta take a whiz. Be back in a sec. It's kind of funny how much colder it is in here when I'm not playing video games and running my GPU. Also, it's just randomly cold in Seattle today. Space flight. Here we go.
We're putting you in the cockpit of your very own spaceship and telling you that you can do pretty much anything. And that is really cool for us as developers. Spaceflight should be exciting and dangerous, and you should feel like you're in complete control every step of the way. We've extended that sense of control to ship combat. It's not about just hitting your triggers to fire your weapons. It's a complex dance between your piloting skills and our power allocation system. Boosting power to your engines will make your ship faster.
Tale as old as time.
Powering up the grav drives will shorten the amount of time it takes before you can make a jump. And moving your power to your weapons and shields means you're ready for a fight. You should always be on your toes because you're not alone out there.
Space bandits. Yeah, Elite
Unlocking
Dangerous.
the targeting control system skill will allow you to
Oh,
zero
look at
in
that! Look at that, like, embroidered look on that logo. Oh, that's a neat little touch. I don't know if you guys can see on the Twitch encoding, but it's embroidered like a patch. Targeting control systems. So this is one of the perks.
Control system skill will allow you to zero in on specific subsystems of the ship you target. After destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit. You can always turn any ship that engages you into scrap. But you can also take a more personal approach by docking with the enemy vessel and boarding their ship.
Ooh, yeah, I like that. Let's get to know him. Oh, come on. What about the diplomacy option? What about romance?
Once you've taken control of an enemy ship, it's yours. Add it to your fleet and retrieve it at any spaceport.
Your fleet?
But space is way more than fighting for your life.
No gravity fist fight.
Just like when you're planet
Sounds
side,
frustrating.
there are plenty of sights to see and stops to make on the way to your next adventure. Like these massive star yards.
walk the halls, talk to the crew, maybe get talked into buying a whole new ship.
A civilian in my star yard. Let's see about getting you a proper ship, one worthy of you.
Maybe you'll dock with a gigantic battleship, like the UC Vigilance. Or rub elbows with the galaxy's wealthy elite on a cruise ship fit for the stars.
Let's go, baby.
There are plenty of personal encounters to be had as well. You can hail any ship you
This
come
seems
across
like
to
too much
trade,
content
swap
to make.
info, or maybe even commit an act of piracy.
Oh, man.
Let's do this. When I'm playing, I generally go crazy. I definitely go like the more piracy routes. I want to take over ships. I'm gonna board ships. I'm like, this is now
Lex,
mine.
the wealthy
I
elite need to
steal
pay
all the
their fair
sandwiches
share.
and put them, in
Or
my
they're just
cargo
lying
hold
like
that
No
I have
Man's Sky
specifically
guy.
for sandwiches. I don't want to play the hero, but I want to go out and just start taking things from people as quickly as possible.
You mean in the game, Lex? This woman definitely she looks a little bit like a space pirate. Can imagine her with a patch and a peg leg. And an Apple Watch with a gold chain. It's very piratey in its own way. Space cruise ship doesn't have a zero gravity water slide or go-kart track. Not accurate. Lex, you're just saying. Look at those sandwiches. I don't think those don't look very appetizing, I'll be honest.
This is now mine. I steal all the sandwiches and put them, in my cargo hold that I have specifically for sandwiches. I don't want to play the hero, but I want to go out and just start taking things
Sandwich
from people as
thief.
quickly as possible.
Gruesome.
Some strangers might be
Gruesome.
looking for a little human connection in the darkness of space.
Hello, stranger. I just
Grandma?
finished cooking up some food. If you want to come on over, just pop
Grandma?
on by.
Some of the best
You're
moments are
alive?
the ones you discover on your own. The thing I love most about Starfield is that it is a Bethesda game through and through. It's really about going to strange new places, meeting interesting people, and getting sidetracked on zany adventures. Then, realizing 2 hours later that you're involved in a completely new story.
You're human. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
That DNA is so present here. It's in our random encounters, it's in our handcrafted quests, and it feels so cool to play it and just make your own path in this universe. There are over 1,000 planets out there, just waiting for you to visit. We want you to feel like explorers, breaking ground on new planets, exploring every inch of a mostly untouched
Hang on,
galaxy.
I want to see that UI a little more closely. Unknown feature, 0 of 2 scans. Survey, 44%. What happens at 100%? Porma 4C, moon. Cold? Resources, fauna, flora, resources. This looks like a quest tracker to me. And it looks like a randomly generated quest. Buttons on the bottom. Scan, outpost, surface map, photo mode, and back. Wonder if outpost takes you to the outpost or just like shows you some information on it. Maybe you can have outposts on each planet or something. Don't go on ships if the pilot promises to give you candy or sandwiches. Okay, not as much to see here as I thought, but
Every inch of a mostly untouched
wait.
galaxy.
There was a little toast message in the last frame.
Every inch
No, it's just a target frame.
of a
I'm
mostly
dumb.
untouched galaxy. We want you to feel hopeful. We want you to feel this sense of awe and wonder. And sometimes a little fear. We're giving you a massive playground and a ton of toys, and just setting you free.
Hey everybody, we were showing you so much stuff. but We
Tom!
thought we'd just take a little break and show you something a little bit different. You know, we put so much detail into our game worlds, and we love the opportunity to bring that
Wait.
into the real world.
Did I just call him Tom? I meant Todd. Obviously, I meant Todd. Sorry, Todd.
With our collector's editions, and for this game, we've done a watch. It is the Constellation Explorer's Watch.
How did you lose that game? By the way, you turned it off. I tuned in for only one part of the game, Lex. This is the Mets-Yankees game today. And our bullpen lost it. Our bullpen lost it. They gave a couple hits, walked in, hit by pitch in a run, singled in a run. I don't know. And I stopped watching by extra innings. I don't really have faith in my Yankees to win in extra innings anymore. I think they foreshadowed that in the first inning. I believe it, dude. Okay. Starfield Chronomark watch. Oh my God, they're going to sell us some merch.
Detail into our game worlds, and we love the opportunity to bring that into the real world with our collector's editions. And for this game, we've done a watch. It is the Constellation Explorer's Watch.
Oh my God.
This is the watch that you actually get in the game that acts as part of your HUD, where it's the compass and then environmental information. It connects to your phone to give you notifications and other information. And we've also designed this really cool case that it comes with, Istvan.
Yeah, we really took as much care and designed this case as we did the watch. Our attention to detail in the game
like a
totally
lunchbox.
translates to this. Inspired by the cases that the astronauts used during the Apollo era to bring back samples from the moon. It's got an intricate locking mechanism, authentic, heavy, comes with a Constellation patch, NATO strap, and the overall functionality and believability of this as something that would exist in the world, in the Starfield universe.
So nerdy.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful out there. And it even tells the
What do they
time.
charge for this? This has got to be a few
We
$100
actually
at
have
least.
something else. Now that we're part of Xbox, we get to work with the amazing people on the Xbox hardware team, and together we have created this custom limited edition Starfield controller. It's awesome.
Boy.
It is now, you know, our favorite controller.
We love this because it's inspired by the actual controls of your spaceship. And not only that, we've created the first ever custom headset with Xbox. And this is
Oh my
perfect
God.
pairing with that
A
controller.
custom Xbox headset?
Control, this is Constellation Starship Frontier. All ready to start on your signal. Steady till ready. Coordinates input. Plotting jump course. Guidance has converged. Getting auxiliary reactor power. System checks are...
Like, it's kind of cool, but can you imagine, like...
Prepare for departure.
I don't know. I would like to be a big enough content creator that they give me. That's what I want to happen. My future is a Starfield content creator. It's beginning today. Consoles are
In
everything.
every one of our
Lex.
games, we
You think they make
always
this game
put
for
so
PC
much care
players?
into all those little details that breathe life into our worlds. But Starfield isn't just a Bethesda Game Studios world, it's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy. So why go this big with Starfield? Because we want to give you freedom on a galactic level. The freedom to experience both the exciting planets and the quiet ones. Scanning a planet before you land is a great way to get a sneak peek at the available resources you can use for crafting, building, and customizing.
I think what's cool about this whole system that we generate the planet itself as a procedural
lot of
content,
French
but
people
the
on this dev
handcrafted
game.
content itself comes as the player explore. Our system builds the planet as the player approaches it. We stitch together a block of terrain. After that, we have the system that adds interesting locations for the player to explore, creatures to encounter, ore and plants to pick up. It allows us to add that touch of environmental storytelling that Bethesda is known for.
Aggressive creatures have been disrupting our experiments. Their habitat isn't far from here. If you could take care of them for us, we would be in your debt.
So even if your friends were to visit the same planet that you have,
No Man's
you would
Sky
have
2.
a different story to tell.
That's the answer. Okay, that's how they're doing it. Yeah, okay. And because if you go to the planet on 2 different games, they're not the same. Like, well, what makes any planet different from another? Eventually, you're gonna get tired of experiencing the random tile set planets. But you know what? There will be enough handcrafted content in this game that we can just filter out all the RNG stuff, you know? You won't have to engage with that stuff.
It's completely up to you how you want to interact with each planet, whether you want to explore and see what you...
I want to go back and hear that French dude's explanation of how they build out the planets one more time. The game has a very liberal idea of how gravity works. Games as a service. Are we sure? Of course we're not sure. Of course we're not sure. This guy, lead technical producer. This guy knows. This guy knows.
Both the exciting planets and the quiet ones. Scanning a planet before you land is a great way to...
Did he say exciting planets and quiet ones? Sorry, maybe I'm digging too deep into
Studios world. It's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy. So why go this big with Starfield? Because we want to give you freedom on a galactic level. The freedom to experience both the exciting planets and the quiet ones.
the exciting planets and the quiet ones.
Scanning a planet before you land is a great way to get a sneak peek at the available resources you can use for crafting, building, and customizing.
I think that what's cool about this whole system that we generate the planet itself as a procedural content, but the handcrafted content itself comes as the player explore. Our system builds a planet as the player approaches it. We stitch together a block of terrain. After that, we have the system that adds interesting locations for the player to explore, creatures to encounter, ore and plants to pick up. It allows us to add that touch of environmental storytelling that Bethesda is known for.
Aggressive creatures have been disrupting our experiments. Their habitat isn't far from here. If you could take care of them for us, we would be in your debt.
So even if your friends were to visit the same planet that you had, you would have a different story to tell.
Science facility. Door. Die, pirate. Heal paste.
It's completely up to you how you want to interact with each planet, whether you want to explore and see what you can find, harvest resources and be on your way, or simply take in the views. With the help of your scanner, you'll chart the uncharted and discover exotic wildlife.
Yeah, this is very No Man's Sky.
If you have the skills, you can even figure out that certain creatures and plants, you can build an outpost and produce resources from those plants and animals. You can get experience and rewards for fully surveying planets.
What do the
and fully
outposts look
surveying
like?
a whole system.
When we were concepting these creatures, we really wanted to think of them as natural to the environment. We didn't want alien monsters. We wanted native wildlife. Something you've never seen before.
You ready for day one DLC Battle Pass subscription-based single-player online-only games? I mean, the nice thing about this game is, it's not going to be... I'm not going to have a Battle Pass, right? There's no multiplayer component to it. The quest is probably on every single planet, repeatable. Handcrafted set pieces randomly placed on planets could work well, could lead to some very cursed colonies. Hope we're not rushing to judgment on how piratey those people are. We definitely are rushing to judgment. Our UI tells us that they're enemies, therefore they must die. It's a video game, you know. You can't have too much nuance. You can't get past these vibes if it's legit awesome, but you can't help be cynical. Yeah, and me too. I mean, I'm definitely holding. I'm trying to hold in tension my cynicism about the breadth of this content and the depth, I suppose, too, and just how much I love what I'm seeing, the aesthetic, how cool some of the systems look. I mean, no one makes games like Bethesda does. There's nothing like Fallout or Skyrim anywhere else, really. Some of these creatures look taken right out of Star Wars. Then again, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You have seen way too many video games overpromise and underdeliver. Yeah, well, this is their big marketing push. You know, they're trying to sell pre-orders and collector's editions. They kind of have to do this. I mean, I don't begrudge them overpromising a little bit, but I mean, there are degrees with this, that kind of thing. Like we saw with No Man's Sky. Again, that example comes to mind. Yeah, I think when I think about the idea of randomly generated planets where they're pulling in features, like handcrafted features randomly, I ask myself, why would I need to go to this specific desert planet? Like, why am I going there? Is it just because it's a random planet in the system I happen to be in to do the actual handmade quest? And eventually, we're gonna be able to do like Cypher in the Matrix. We're gonna be able to read the Matrix and see, you know, brunette, blonde, redhead, and we're gonna look at these planets and be like, "That's a random planet. Skip." Or you know, if I get sucked into like the base building and shit, then I guess you just gotta grind. But there are a lot of people who do want to spend more time in these games and grind and don't mind very thin content. I don't know. Nice 23-year-old movie reference, you geezer. What did I just reference? I'm such a geezer, I forgot what I said. Wondering just how much of any one planet we'll be able to see. Well, I mean, it looks like you can pick where you land. We haven't seen any planets that have huge bodies of water. They appear to be mostly land. Oh, the Matrix. Yeah, sure. Sure. Bethesda is the studio that could pull this off, and you applaud their ambition. Yeah. And I mean, they're ambitious with Skyrim too. And I mean, I don't know. Like, to me, the fact that they made that game makes me think they can do almost anything. It's as buggy and as Skyrim is, and as thin as it is in places, it's still just like a piece of art, you know? Do the devs have any idea how big the average planet is? They probably know. It's probably pretty small. Was the Matrix really that long ago? Has it lost its cultural relevance? Dodge this. Oh, you mean Skyrim? Yeah, I mean, but aren't the same people who made the most important creative decisions on Skyrim still making decisions about Starfield? And maybe Todd is fooling us, but there's a sense of continuity from those games, all the way back from Morrowind to Starfield. And maybe that's a deception. Maybe they want us to think that the thing that made those games so good will make this game good. But I mean, this has a lot of Bethesda stuff in it, so I don't know. Can you drive in one direction away from a site on the planet, travel all the way around, and end up where you left? I wonder if when you come back, it'll be a different random feature. God, I hope not. That would be horrifying. And hopefully you don't run into like the same abandoned mining facility over and over again. God, that would suck. Yeah, Fallout 76 is definitely the fly in the ointment. My read on Fallout 76, and I haven't actually played it, but my read on it has always been that they wanted to make a multiplayer version of Fallout, and Bethesda doesn't know how to make multiplayer games. And they also were much more shortchanged on horsepower than they needed to be to make a good version of that game. That's my read on it. And like for me, that explains the Microsoft acquisition too. Is them realizing that they, as big as Bethesda is, they're not big enough to make games at this level. They need Daddy Microsoft to be flooding them with contractors to build bugs like this. These don't come from nowhere. So yeah, like I kind of excuse Fallout 76. I kind of see it as like a multiplayer aberration is one, and also just them running out of gas. You don't know how that's still the case. They have how much money they have at this made at this point. I don't know. I could be wrong. That's just sort of like my sense of it, Lex. And I definitely could be persuaded otherwise. Anyway, let's look at more of some of these bugs. Bugs.
When it comes to our exteriors, when the sun moves, all that light is calculated in real time through the atmosphere. Our biggest goal for lighting with Starfield was to make the game feel more filmic, to use lighting and color to really make it feel more cinematic.
I mean, it looks nice. CPU bound. Well, they don't have to do a lot of interpolation on multiplayer actors, at least. That should save some CPU. No lag wizards in Starfield.
After some exploring, you can find a spot to set up a base camp.
Here we go.
Outposts can be built almost anywhere on any planet.
Here we go.
And the habitat modules come in all shapes and sizes, filling all different purposes. You can even live in them. Assign crew and companions to work at your outposts for added bonuses, and set up extractors to harvest resources while you're away.
Something cool we have this time is we have a new fly cam, where you can toggle between on-foot building, or you can now use a top-down isometric camera, which helps plan out larger parts of the outpost and placing those larger halves. So that way you can really plan your structures and what the overall feel of your outpost is. And then when you're on your feet, you can really decorate and fine-tune things much easier.
Lancer Simulator. I'm sure the game will run like shit when it comes out, Lex. You gotta wait for the modders to fix it. We will sit in leather chairs in the future. Damn straight.
Add crafting and research stations in your outpost to utilize any resources you find or already have.
Mod your weapons to adapt them to your playstyle. Different weapon sights and scopes, larger magazines, a selection of grips and barrels, different ammunition like explosive rounds. All you stealth players out there will surely need a suppressor. You can also choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
Oh, show us like a
I think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood. And I think we sort of err on the side of like what's fun for the player.
Shotgun C4 lights.
With Starfield, we've completely overhauled our combat. It's more dynamic, the animations are more fluid. It just feels great.
We probably have more mods and more weapons in this game than I want to say any other game we've done before. There's a lot of variety.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in combat. You may need to switch things up based on your environment. Gravity is different for each planet, and boost packs are excellent for getting around.
Infiltrators. Dude, boost packs?
And for giving...
The boost pack is hard carrying all the combat footage in this video. It is hard carrying. They talk about like how good it is, how actiony it is, how Hollywood it is. It's always boost pack, boost pack, boost pack. Dude, light assault is the way of the future. Awesomeness gaming confirmed. Ban light assault. It's feeling like a pre-order. I gotta find out how much the collector's edition is. I might want to get that watch. You know, I might want to get that watch in the sweet lunchbox. How many years have they been working on this? I don't know. Shit, it's 80 kills for ban light assault. Consume. Anyway, let's watch some more boost pack.
Giving you an edge in combat. Sometimes you'll even feel like you're flying. Zero-gravity environments pose a different challenge. Firing a ballistic weapon in zero-G will actually push you backwards. Energy weapons, on the other hand, offer a more stable shooting experience.
We also have mag weapons.
Cool.
These are high-powered electromagnetic induction ballistic arrays. Each barrel has its own targeting laser and can dish out some serious damage.
It's very sci-fi.
Whether you want to
C4
get
the
up close
max.
and personal with your own two fists, or you like more compact weapons like pistols and submachine guns, or maybe you prefer something bigger.
Let's go.
Starfield's got you covered.
Minigun. I mean, the first-person shooter combat is going to be... It's not going to be the selling. Like, we can acknowledge this, right? Like, this isn't going to feel as good as Destiny. It's not ban light assault. It's not working, Lex. Why won't they stop boost packing? Oh my god. Space magic? Really? Alright.
Thanks again.
Hey Todd. Let's read some comments. Remember how Anthem was 100% propped up in the aerial gameplay? Oh god, you're right. I still remember that shot from the Anthem teaser where they jump off the platform and they like kind of go through this like weird diagonal tunnel into a mountainside. People want to fly. People want to fly. They seem to be doing a lot of selling the violence here. I mean, they're setting expectations, letting you know it's a first-person shooter. Like that's the action in the game. I mean, yeah. All right. Well, let's hear Todd give his closing comments. See what he has to say.
Again for being with us today. We are just so grateful that you've taken the time and spent it here. I know there was probably a lot to take in. There's a lot to the game, even more than we could show here. You know, as we play it, we're always sharing these unique and special moments that only a game like this can bring. When I think about what makes it special, it really is the people here. This game is a reflection of the incredible and passionate team that made it. All of them putting something special of themselves into it. So let's hear some of their favorite moments.
I love the way that our final combination of all the new tech has come together to create some of the most beautiful sunsets and sunrises we've ever had in any of our games.
I love the creatures, the exploration, every biome is different. The word that comes to mind is vast.
Ugh.
I like to use our photo mode to take rock star photos.
This is
I
the
just love
sandwich
that
pirate.
constant feel of discovery and wow, I can't believe that there's more here.
I'm most excited about our outpost building systems.
My favorite part is every time you step out
I
on
can
a
see
planet,
myself getting
it's a
lost in
unique
the outposts and
experience.
shipbuilding. A
You
little
spend all
bit.
this time building your ship, and you see it on the landing pad. These things are gigantic. It's the kind of thing that you just can't get anywhere else.
There's something about seeing a tower over in the distance and going, I know the gravity's low here. I think I can make that jump.
My favorite part is biomes,
Boost pack.
spaceships,
Audio design,
planets.
The day-night cycle, those details matter to me.
Diplomacy, exploration, freedom,
The ending. Vasco, obviously.
I love the robot so much.
The incredible amount of worlds we created.
Sniper rifles, come on.
lever action, rocket launcher.
Brain sprout.
That
I
guy.
love, but some people might find creepy. I don't know. I know it's right, Ben. The thing that I enjoy most about the game is the freedom to be who you
This
want
style
to be,
video.
do what you want to do.
It's really well done.
It's what you've come to expect from a Bethesda title, but on a much bigger scale.
Excuse me.
On behalf of all of us, we can't wait for you to play Starfield and make your own special moments.
Main engines go. Good luck, Constellation. You are go for launch.
Starfield. This is coming out 2 days after my birthday. After my 40th birthday. Let's go. The big 4-0. Pre-order. Game Pass bonus. Hang on. That went by too fast. Pre-order now. Old Mars skin pack. Deep mining helmet in pack. Laser cutter. Base game available day one on Game Pass? Dude, what? That is badass, actually. That is badass. Passionate team, try passionate army. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, these games are a hideous number of man hours to create. Awesomeness. This might be the right blend of Mass Effect depth and No Man's Sky breadth for me, copium. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I should go back and watch my reaction to the gameplay reveal they did last year. I think I did it on stream, and I think my feeling at the time was like, I don't know, I was a lot more skeptical of this game, like, but I don't know, like I'm a little won over by this, and I know that the first person shooter shit is not going to be amazing. I know that it's not going to run as well as it should at launch anyway. I know that it's going to be buggy. But I'm still excited despite all that stuff. They're in the lab with this in Elder Scrolls 6. And I think it's interesting too, like this occurred to me earlier. Bethesda could have just made Elder Scrolls 6. They didn't have to make this. Them deciding to make a new IP and is I don't know, like it's I don't know. I like it. Why do I like it? It feels like it's not cynical. I think that's what I like about it. It feels very uncynical. And if this game fails, it'll be because it didn't measure up to its ambitions. Not because it aimed at something that people didn't want or that was overly cynical, or I don't know. It actually, like, there's a sort of like a fractal thing where like the hopefulness of like the NASA aesthetic and that they're going for, like the we can do it, like mankind can go out there and get stuff done. Like I don't know, like maybe it's reflected by what they decided to do here as a studio, not just in terms of the content itself. The art. There's no way that any one aspect of the game is as amazing as one might hope, but it has enough breadth and variety of awesome it might not matter. There were things that could be done with a new, fresh IP that couldn't be done with an older one. Old IPs carry continuity baggage and expectations. Yeah. Yeah, making a new IP is really hard. It's really hard. Especially when it's just around an aesthetic, because these games they don't have main characters. They don't have protagonists, you know? It's all the setting. They have to sell the setting. And they sold me. Have I seen the movie Prospect? No, I have not. I have not. Starfield Shattered Space first story expansion? What the hell is this? Is there any day one DLC? Up to 5 days early access. Premium edition. StarfieldGame.com. Starfield is the first new universe in over 25 years from Bethesda, award-winning creators of Skyrim and Fallout. This next-gen role-playing game set amongst the stars. Create any character you want and explore with unparalleled freedom as you embark on an epic journey to answer humanity's greatest mystery. What is this with the idea of playing it early? What is this? Pre-order bonuses. It's launching on September 6th. Pre-order any edition of Starfield to receive cosmetics. Game Pass members get access to all pre-order content as long as their Game Pass sub is active. Starfield's early access kicks off up to 5 days before launch. Actual playtime depends on purchase date and will be subject to possible outages and applicable time zone differences. That's so strange for a single-player game. Find out what you need to do for early access. Premium edition. There's no dollar signs here. Digital Premium Edition. This includes the Shattered Space Story expansion. What the fuck is that? Are they really going to sell us day one DLC? That is cynical. That is cynical. Digital art book, original soundtrack, skins. Premium digital, premium upgrade. Okay, so you can buy the premium upgrade separately. The physical premium edition. All this plus, you get the Steelbook display case when purchased from participating retail stores. Constellation patch. So you have to buy this from a store, obviously. Collector's edition. This is what we're curious about. Everything plus the display case, the patch, credit stick with laser etched game code. What the hell is that? And the watch in case. Credit stick. What the fuck is a credit stick? Probably not a launch. Yeah, okay. So maybe they're just maybe it'll come like a few months after release. That makes sense. So what do you guys think the prices on these are? The moderately sized $80 price tag alone wouldn't begin to recover the cost. Yeah, and that's why you sell all these premium editions and DLCs, because that's where you really rake it in, especially, and that's where like this Starfield Direct selling pre-orders, like this is their marketing push. This is their chance to sell a dream. The base game is sold separately in the last one. What? Yeah, that's for the premium upgrade. That's just so you can get like if you buy the base game, you can go back later and get like the DLC and the cosmetics and stuff. Excuse me. So where can you buy these things? Pre-order Starfield. Age required. Xbox Game Pass. God, they're making me look at a lot of stuff before they show me any dollar signs. Like, do I have to click? Like, what's... Compare editions. I don't know how much they cost. Oy vey. Pre-order. Steam. Steam. Physical purchase. Amazon. Currently unavailable. The base game alone might try to ask for 90 for 300. Yeah, I'm not going to pay that much. That's how much it is. I'm probably not going to get the collector's edition. I'm just sort of enjoying the idea of it for a minute, okay? Just enjoying the idea of it. Let's see. Maybe one of these other retailers will have a price tag for us. But I bet you the Starfield subreddit. Here we go. $300. It's right here on Best Buy. $300. Or $25 a month. $300. And what is let's see if GameStop and Walmart agree. 300, 300. Yep. Yeah, that feels about right. And let's see what the base game is. Standard edition. $70 for the base game, $100 for the premium game, $300 for the collector's edition. You know, when Fallout 4 came out, my old gaming buddy Griffith, old TFCer, he bought the collector's edition with the helmet. And I remember making fun of him for it, but honestly, the helmet is kind of cool. It's kind of cool. But what's interesting, Just, is that if you have Game Pass, which is only $15 a month, you can play it for free. I mean, for the cost of Game Pass. But there'll be a lot of people who are playing this with Game Pass when it comes out. In fact, I might do that. I have Game Pass. I don't know. But I want that sweet collector's edition watch. Let's see what the Starfield subreddit is saying. If they're, not locked. 30 FPS mega thread. Oh no. Starfield's been confirmed to be locked at 30 frames per second on console. All these console plebs. surprised it doesn't immediately melt the console. That's next generation technology, anti-melting technology. Starfield Direct. What a darn toot and shame. Starfield will be 30 FPS. Me, a console gamer who's played every game ever on 30 FPS. Oh no. Anyway. Oof, some cope. The most badass moment in the Starfield Direct.
Maxing out my physical tree so I can get neuro strikes and just punch my way through combat.
Well, the hand-to-hand always feels dumb in these kinds of games. Lot of hype. A lot of hype in the Reddit. A lot of hype. A spaceship is worth 98 salami sandwiches. 75 credits. 72,000 credits to buy this ship. Give you a spaceship or 100 salami sandwiches. Hand-to-hand in Fallout 3 was super fun, was it? Maybe I've just never invested heavily enough in the playstyle. I thought about getting it with my strength-based character in Fallout 4, but I decided to go with melee weapons instead. Bethesda preps Starfield Shattered Space Story expansion for post-launch. There you go. So it's post-launch. Well, they're pre-selling the post-launch DLC before launch. I'm going to see if I can find anything. Oh, look at this. This is the Skyrim grandma. She takes screenshots of Skyrim every day on Twitter. Shirley, I think. I wonder if that character and the character creator is a tribute there. That would be funny. This guy bought the controller. Okay. Blackreach. It was New Vegas. Really cheesy. Now, to be fair, where's the last salami store, cheese shop, lettuce farm, and bakery you've seen off in space? You know, that's a point worth considering. Okay, rage quit? There's a rage quit button on the dashboard. That's a cool catch. That's a cool catch. Okay, anything about mods? Mods. Not moderators. I don't care about moderators. Starfield mods. Let's just search Google. Starfield mods. This is already a subreddit, and it was created in 2021. I don't know if we know anything about modability. Maybe we're all just inferring it. Starfield's modding scene dethroned Skyrim's? That's a tall ask. Starfield mods, what we know so far. Starfield's crafting and modding looks wildly varied. So talking about weapon mods here. I don't care about that. The prospect of Starfield mods is very exciting when you look at the creativity and passion of the Skyrim and Fallout communities and set it in space. Okay, this is pretty short. So you want to know about Starfield mods. Mod support is an important part of many PC games, but especially RPG games. Skyrim has endured all these years partly because it's a great game, partly because Bethesda keeps releasing it on hitherto unknown gaming platforms, but also because it's powered by a vibrant and creative modding community. You can imagine then, those looking forward to Bethesda's new upcoming open world game will be very interested in knowing about the prospect of Starfield mods running around a fantasy game with custom horse armor or new powers is fine and all, but we're talking space here. The boundless, unhinged creativity of the Bethesda modding scene with a corner of the galaxy to play with? Sign us up. Thankfully, Starfield mod support is one of the few things we have a definitive answer for, like whether or not there will be a Starfield Game Pass release. In a Reddit AMA in November 2021, Todd Howard himself talked about Starfield mod support. Quote, our plan is to have full mod support like our previous games. Our modding community has been with us for 20 years. We love what they do and hope to see more make a career out of it. There we go. There's our answer. That gives me hope too. It's actually pretty singular and interesting that Bethesda would be making these games that have such a modding community to them. It's a very like I don't know, there's something kind of 90s about it. Kind of decentralized software about it. I don't really know how to capture the sense that is floating through my brain. Well, how far away is September? Geez, it's not that far. Less than 3 months. Excuse me. Okay. Cool. I'll have to think about whether to get the $300 collector's edition. It's kind of hard to imagine myself spending that much money on a video game, but hell, I've done it for PlanetSide. Okay, well, that was fun. I think I'm gonna try to call it early night tonight and get to sleep at an actual reasonable hour. So this is the end of the stream. End of the stream. Woo. I've got nothing to promote. If you've never heard of me before, I have a YouTube channel. There should be a link to it somewhere here. There's podcasts and me talking about shit, so you can check that out if you want. If you have heard me before, which is the most likely scenario if you're here, then it's cool seeing you. And hope to see you again. Tomorrow is Thursday. I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow night. It depends on how well I do with my prep, because I'm going to be out of town Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at a musical event where I'll be singing. Harmony College Northwest. Pretty excited about it. And I have tomorrow to sort of pack and get ready and stuff. So try not to pack too heavy, that kind of thing. It's hard not to sometimes, though. I wonder if I have any friends streaming who would appreciate a raid from yours truly. It's like no one I know is streaming right now. Okay. Well, I guess we're just going to call it then. Literally no one. Hey, Brimstar, what's up? I just go to my Twitch followers and mainly I'm looking for people who I've had on the podcast. Those are the people who are most fun to raid, send people to. Rather not get thrown into a raid, honestly, you should be off to bed too. All right, well, let's practice some good sleep hygiene, folks. And whether I see you tomorrow or not, please take good care of yourself and be good to each other. And I will see you, hopefully, very soon. Good night.